Hey, just a quick reminder here that just because Jesus doesn't say something about something, it does not mean it is permissible to then go and do it. Sometimes people will say, well, Jesus never says anything about abortion, or Jesus doesn't say anything about gay marriage, or Jesus doesn't say anything about any certain particular issue. And oftentimes, the implication by people saying that is, well, since he didn't say anything about it, it's permissible. Two reasons why, really quickly, that's 100% not necessarily correct. Number one, we don't know everything Jesus said and taught. So, for example, in John chapter 20, John writes that there are many things, many signs and wonders and miracles that Jesus performed that they didn't write about, and it would fill whole libraries if they did. And secondly, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of what the scripture is. The scripture is not a handbook where you kind of look at a reference and say, what does the Bible say about this? Rather, it's wisdom literature that we read and reread and try to understand what does the Bible say? What is Bible's wisdom for a particular issue, even if it's not explicitly mentioned. For example, right now in the United States, the government shutdown is affecting SNAP food benefits for people in need. And some people will say, well, Christians should support SNAP benefits for people in need. But here's the thing. Jesus doesn't say anything about how secular governments should care for the poor. Obviously, that does not mean we shouldn't care for the poor, but what we should do is read the teachings of Jesus and the scriptures and try to come up with the best plan possible. But again, the Bible doesn't say anything about SNAP benefits, so what should Christians do about it? At the end of the day, we're not trying to look for loopholes. We're trying to live our lives as best we can in the way of Jesus. And just because the Bible doesn't say something about something doesn't mean it's acceptable to do it. We want to filter our lives to what Jesus' teachings and do the best we can to honor him. But if your goal is to find an explicit teaching about every particular thing you do in your life, you're not going to find it. So let's not look for loopholes. Let's try to honor Jesus with our life.